So just settle right into child's pose, letting everything go. Getting grounded in that root chakra at the base of the spine. So grounding is definitely supported through poses like child's pose, but also through movements like sun salutations. So we'll include just sort of one at each level to help us ground into the day. So start to really connect into your breath. Inhale through the nose. Bringing that tongue to the top of the roof of your mouth. And as you exhale out, see if you can make that ocean sound.
She prays to be sculpted by the sculptor. Oh, she don't see the light that's shining deeper than the eyes can find it. Maybe we have made her blind, so she tries to cover up her pain and cut her woes away. 'Cause cover girls don't cry after their face is made. But there's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are.
You really start to send that breath down deep if it's still kind of lingering up in your chest. Try to feel the expansion from chest to belly, front to back of the body.
She says beauty is pain and there's beauty in everything. What's a little bit of hunger? I could go a little while longer. She fades away. She don't see. She's perfect. She don't know.
From there, let's work our way up to tabletop. And then curl your toes under and make your way into downward facing dog. Just spread the toes out. Lift. Pull the hips back. And then gently do whatever you need to do here. Pedaling out the feet maybe. Relaxing a little bit more in the upper body while remaining strong and stable. Just taking a little bit more note of where you're at, mind and body at this point. From there, let's go ahead and just kind of tiptoe, walking forward, meeting at the top of the mat. Rise up from that fold. Inhale the arms up, bring the palms together, and then bring them right down at your heart center. So each chakra has a little chant that goes along with it. Om is one of those chants that sits at the crown of the head as kind of that universal sound. So we're going to take a moment to set our intention and then participate in one Om. So go ahead and finish the statement. I am Stand together in Om. There's no specified length, it's just whatever you do naturally. So let's go ahead and inhale, arms up. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to thighs, really lengthen the spine and the crown of the head. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, step back to tabletop. And then exhale, sink your hips back to child's pose. Inhale, bring it forward. And exhale, lift to downward dog. Take like 3 breaths here. Again, you have that opportunity to just kind of work it out, move it out, anchor down. Maybe this time you're turning your head a little bit while you're here. Now the next inhale, look forward. As you exhale, you're going to move forward. Halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise and reach. Baby back bend, extended mountain pose. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Get that spine even longer. Pull the stomach in. Exhale and fold. Inhale, step back to high plank or tabletop again. Do what serves you best. And then we're going to lower halfway down or all the way down, coming through to upward facing dog or to cobra. Exhale, lift to downward dog and breathe. What do you need here to be more grounded to this moment and the rest of the day? Inhale, look forward, exhale, move forward. Halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise. Extended mountain pose, reach it up. Exhale and fold. Last time here. Inhale, halfway lift. Arms to back. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, step back to that high plank, low plank, whatever works. Take that flow. Cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. From there, you're going to step the right foot forward, planting the back heel and coming up into warrior one. Pause here. Warriors are another really good grounding pose. So front heel, you want to be matched up with the arch of the back foot. Nice deep lunge. Reach up, warrior one, arms are over your head. Try to square your hips right in front of you. Front leg nice and bent, using as much of your mat as you can. Pull the pit of the stomach in, zip it right up. And then exhale, release, hands to floor, step back, and chaturanga, low to high plank or high to low plank, upward dog to downward dog. Left leg steps forward, warrior one on this side. Back heel planted down. Find what works, what feels good in this moment. And then release, hands to floor. Step it back and flow. High to low, up dog to down dog. We're going to pause right in down dog. One more time here. Notice how you feel now compared to when we started at the beginning. You feel that energy flowing around a little bit more. Things already feel a little more open, a little bit more warm. And you feel a little bit more grounded. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, move forward. Halfway lift and fold. Inhale, rise up, extended mountain pose. Bring the palms together and just exhale to the heart center. Tree pose. Pick one side, bring the foot up wherever works for you. Just try not to put it on the inside of the knee. No better grounding than a tree, right? So root down to rise up through that standing leg. The other foot that's in at the leg, you're pressing the foot into the leg at the same time that you're pressing to the foot. Go ahead and grow your branches however you choose. Always considering to try and pick something that you need to work on. Not what's easiest. We don't grow from doing what's easy. We also don't grow by trying to force ourselves to do things we're not suited to do or that our body is not suited to do. So go ahead, let's gently release down. Tree pose on the other leg. Once you're steady, once you're rooted, rise up with those branches. With tree pose, if it's super easy, if this comes easy to you with the balance, you start to just take the gaze upward or you start to try and close the eyes. And your tree pose will then evolve in a whole new way. And gently release. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale and fold. Just moving back down to the floor. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and fold. Step back and down to tabletop and then come into child's pose. Keep your knees close together this time. Working in to that sacral chakra now at the base of the pelvis. So opening up down there again with child's pose. There's a lot of crossover with poses in the different chakras, particularly between the lower body and then again in the upper body. Stabilizing poses, great for this area, as one might guess when we have those issues down in the pelvic area. Stabilizing and strengthening for the pelvic floor, for the low back becomes critical. Includes some balance. So go ahead and release the child's pose and transition onto your back. We're going to take the balancing pose of eagle and turn it into a core exercise. So you're going to come down on your back. You're going to take your right arm and sweep it up. And maybe with those hands a little separated. If the right hand can have the left hand, great. If not, just kind of connect the two forearms together, or maybe just give yourself a hug. And then go ahead, lift the legs and leg over the left. Create some compression, eliminate some space between the thighs, and try to draw the ankle of the right leg into the calf of the left leg. From there, pull up and in from the pelvic floor. And crunch, knees towards elbows and lower back down. Squeeze in, open up. Try to lift the arms in front of the face, just the way we would do if we're standing. Fix your gaze upward. Keep the abs nice and stable. As we lower out of that crunch, you shouldn't feel the low back lifting off the floor. Let's do 2 more.
She's got a smile and it seems to me
And then gently release and unravel. And now left arm under right, left leg over right. And then start the process over again. Through the core and crunch.
Special place, and if I stare too long, probably break down and cry. Whoa, sweet child of mine. Whoa,
2 more.
sweet love of mine.
And gently release. Go ahead. Unravel. You can give yourself a hug. Rock a little bit side to side or back and forth. From here, we're going to transition over into a plank. So however you want to get yourself there, go ahead and turn on over and make your way into a forearm plank. Again, getting nice and long. Think about using your full yoga mat space, lengthening from your tailbone all the way up through the crown of your head, pulling that pubic bone up, up, up. Belly button, sternum, pull that stomach in, hugging everything into the midline, down and up. Like feel that opening of the low back as you pull your stomach in. Should feel like a relief, like it's breathing a sigh of relief. And gently release. Transition back onto our back again, moving into that solar plexus or the pit of the stomach area, an area where digestive issues set. So we're going to work that out with a supine twist. There's so many options, but we're going with a supine twist. So let's go ahead, roll onto your side with your knees tucked up near your stomach, reaching your arms out in front of your chest. You're going to keep the knees right there, but you're going to take the top arm and reach it across the room, following with your eyes, if that works. Otherwise, the eyes can stay up to the ceiling. But really keep the knees bent, keep them pulled towards your stomach. That's going to keep the lower back in a safer position because it's not meant to twist. We really want that rotation happening at the thoracic spine. So just settle in here, let the magic happen. If you feel some tightness and restriction here and your hands aren't able to touch the floor, this is a great place to add your yoga block, moving the floor up to your hand instead of trying to force the hand to the floor.
I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy.
Let's go ahead and gently bring the knees over to center. And then bringing your hands below your knees, giving yourself a little hug. And then moving right over to the other side. And pulling those knees right up towards your stomach, reaching the arms straight out from your chest, and then taking the top arm and reaching it towards the opposite side of the room. At your head, wherever works best, and then just hang out here.
I see myself in joy and love. I know myself. I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself. I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself. I am enough.
So let's gently release that, bringing ourselves back to the center. Moving into that heart chakra, so inching up the body here. Anything that opens the heart, bridge to begin with. So let's bring the feet flat to the floor, in towards your glutes, and then just lift up, kind of peeling the vertebra off the floor. Relax. Anchoring. Opening, feel the heart open. Eyes upward, not forcing chin to chest.
I see myself in joy and love. I know myself. I am enough. I see myself.
So from this position, if your block is close by, go ahead and grab it. Back into bridge if you had to come down, and then place that block the long way right under your sacrum tailbone area, and then just rest on that supported bridge. Another great one here, making this just a little bit more restorative.
I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself. I know myself. I'm always enough. I see myself. Joy and love. I know myself. I am enough. I am more than enough. I see myself. Joy and love. I know myself. I have always
Go and lift the hips to remove the block and come on down. We're going to lengthen the legs out, and then we're going to reach the arms overhead. Lower the shoulder blades down. From there, coming into a nice lateral bend C stretch by walking your feet over to one corner of your mat, and then reaching your arms over to the same corner. At which point you should feel sort of a C shape or like a crescent moon shape with that top arm, that's sort of that far shoulder blade. You want to back that one off just a little bit so you don't feel that strain of the shoulder blade elevating off the floor. But you do feel that nice long stretch down the side of the body from the armpit all the way down through the side of the leg. It's another one in the restorative series. Go ahead and start to walk the legs and the arms back to center. And then, of course, over to the other side of the mat. Taking time to find the position that is best for you. If you're resisting, if you're sitting in pain, you want to make something more comfortable with some sort of modification in terms of using a prop or just backing a little bit more out of the position or taking another option.
We'll do it all, everything on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
So let's gently bring it back to center.
Don't cry, no.
From there, we're going to make our way into fish pose, which is probably one of the best beginners and one of the best positions for us to do every single day to offset that forward-leaning lifestyle that we live. So go ahead and grab your yoga blocks. You're going to place one in between your shoulder blades, the broad side. Then you're going to take the other one, place it above for your head, putting it the long way. You have a little arch in the back as you get yourself into that position. You want to connect into the core a little bit. And then you're going to stretch the arms out to the side with the palms up. Legs can just stay straight out, or you can bring them into Supta Baddha Konasana position to open those hips a little bit more, whatever feels best. And again, the arms don't quite hit the floor when you straighten out, the hands don't quite hit the floor, then just adjust your position a little bit. Might feel a little uncomfortable with the blocks at the shoulder blades, depending on your body. I use my long, skinny bolster for this, just for a little more cushioning. Those blocks are a little rigid. I'm gonna hang out here.
Can you hear me calling out your name? You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say. I'll speak a little louder, I'll even shout. You know that I'm proud and I can't get the words out.
As we move up the body in these chakras, representation is more about just our awareness to ourselves, awareness of others, and just that bigger universal sense of being, compared to the lower chakras that are more about what is sitting and blocking that lower part of the body. A lot of emotional energy sits down there, stomach and below. Hanging on to those emotions and not having an outlet for any of the stressors that come up then cause those, or can help aid in those physical ailments that we feel down low, whether it's with the digestion or otherwise. Let's gently start to come out of fish pose. It's easiest to just kind of roll off to your side so you can then remove those blocks. We're going to move upward to the third, or the throat chakra, actually. So we're going to make our way into a seated position. Again, take your blocks. We're going to do a seated forward fold, kind of sticking with the restorative theme at this point. And so having a nice support for forward fold can be great to allow you to become more comfortable. So I'm going to put my long bolster here, but you can use your blocks sort of in the same fashion, kind of stacking them on top of each other. If you need a little more support, put them at the higher level. From there, we want to just reach up, expanding through the torso, and then just lengthening forward over those blocks, or just without the support if you don't want it. I'm even going to put a block on my bolster so I can have a support for my head. Opening up that throat chakra helps us find our voice. Something's not comfortable, just make an adjustment for yourself.
I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you
Go ahead and gently rise up and out of the fold. And make our way into just a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana, some sort of cross-legged position, or you can stay straight. And then from there, just pull the chin back for some chin tucks. Any of the gentle movements that we think of as yoga warm-ups sometimes are also good for opening up that throat chakra. And always remember, with the chin tuck, it's about just pulling the chin back, creating more chin, aka a double chin, and not forcing the chin downward and not fixing our gaze downward. Our gaze is still kind of going forward as we do this. From there, let's just come back to our center, our neutral, and just gently turn the head left and right. And then tipping ear towards shoulder, ear towards shoulder. Whenever we do this, we're really trying to stay just here with this movement and not shrugging our shoulders up to meet our ears. These subtle movements that sometimes creep into different positions, or even as we do strength training exercises, sometimes we just don't want them there. They're just taking away from core purpose of a certain move or exercise that we're doing. From there, let's make our way into a standing forward fold. So if you tend to be a little tighter in the back or the hamstrings, use your yoga blocks to bring the floor up to meet you, instead of trying to force yourself to the floor. If you can just give yourself a hug here in this forward fold, bringing your hands behind your calves, trying to draw your upper body into your lower body a little more. And then from there, gently release, rise up, moving into that third eye, finding something to fix our gaze, or what's known as our drishti in yoga, forward on something for this balancing standing leg raise. So right leg, you're going to lift up so the knee is just below the hip. Bring the hand over the knee or underneath the leg if you need to, and then just open it out to the side. We want to try and keep the knee no higher than the hip level. Take the other arm out and then try to look towards the arm. Standing up nice and tall. And then go ahead, bring the knee back to the center. Take the free arm to the outside of the thigh. Hold there, and the new free arm reaches back. And if you can follow with your gaze, by all means. Otherwise, just wherever you're at, just find a place for your eyes. That's going to help with that stability. Gently release. Let's go to the other side now. So root down through that standing leg, lift the knee, hand to knee, pull it out as the other arm comes out, and you look beyond the fingertips. Gotta keep that focus. And then bring the leg back to center. The free arm to the outside of the thigh. And then reset the gaze following the arm behind you. Maybe you're just coming to the side, just doing what will to best support you. Practice is not about perfection. Some days we feel stronger, some days we feel steadier. Other days we just need to take it a little bit more slowly. And gently release. From there, we're going to go right down to the mat again. So reach up and fold. Step back and down. Right into tabletop. And then however works best for you, come back onto your back. So start in seated, lengthen yourself out, come down into Shavasana. Any sort of stillness, deep resting or deep awareness, like Shavasana or meditation, is a great way to open in the chakra, just become fully connected into our being.
Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop the bomb or not? Let us die young or let us live forever. We don't have the power, but we never say never. Sitting in a sandpit, life is a short trip. The music's for the sad man. Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn our golden faces into the sun. Praising our leaders, getting in tune. The music's played by the madman. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever? Forever and ever. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever?
Go ahead, start.
Forever and ever.
Same feet.
Some are like water, some are like the heat. Some are a melody and some are the beat.
Go ahead, stretch the arms right overhead. Take that full body stretch.
Don't we stay young? It's so hard to get old without a
A moment to acknowledge yourself for getting to this practice, for the work that you gave your body. Hopefully you learn something a little bit new. From there, let's push ourselves up to seated position. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring the palms together, exhale down to the heart center. And ready to settle into the rest of your day, whatever that is. We'll chant Om one more time. So go back to that original affirmation, or maybe it's time for a new one already, and state I am as you raise your thumbs up to that third eye. And and then we recognize each other as we bow in Namaste.